Good evening. Welcome back to Edu Skills. OET made easy. Our mission is to make you fall in love with OET. If you're watching this on YouTube, kindly consider subscribing to the channel. Give us a thumbs up if you like our work and share to your contacts so that we reach out to maximum OET aspirants, especially those who are financially struggling to crack OET. Our services are absolutely free. And today we are going to deal with reading part C. Let me share my screen. OET 2.0 Occupational English Test, Subtest Reading Part C. And what is the expected grade, band, numerical score? Definitely we always stress on 450 to 500 and never ever target 350 because then you end up with 340, 330, 320, 310. That's a psychological setting you have. Definitely we will target grade A. And as I said, QTA method, there were so many queries. That's why I put something in the bracket, which was not there earlier when I taught you, until competency. QTA method, question, text, then answer options in part C. Whereas in part D, it is different. Part B, it is different. Now here I say until competency, because once you gain the competency, I have shown you nearly half of the, at least 40% of the questions you can answer without even reading the text, going to the text, which we'll see even today. So until you reach a level of competency, see that you read the question statement first, understand it, highlight the stem of the question statement, then read the text, then read the answer options. That is question, text, answer, QTA method. Okay, question types that we are going to deal with today is elimination, straight opposites. One of them is right. If you are not familiar with this one, these things we are not going to explain now. These are the basic things. If you are the beginners, please go back to Edu Skills OET/elimination method video. You can find these explanations. When there are two straight opposites, one of them is right, which means the other two are automatically eliminated. So synonymous language-based question, comparison and contrast question, focus on what is said after the comparison and contrast expression or contrast expression. And opinion questions, focus on opinion words. Lexical questions, focus on the words highlighted. Auxiliary clues, focus on names, abbreviations, and numbers. Okay, synonymous language-based question. I had been telling you, you should have a diary of synonyms and synonymous language and paraphrasing. Among 8 diaries which I suggested, the most famous diary is this: synonyms, synonymous language, and paraphrasing. And today, we'll have a reading of the text. Just listen and read, go through the text. Definitely that will help your listening competency as well.
Q7. Scientists are worried that the virus could potentially spread A from pigs to humans, B to chicken and turkey farms elsewhere, C to other types of animals, D to the seaport of Valparaiso. Swine flu found in birds last week. The H1N1 virus was found in turkeys on farms in Chile. The UN now says poultry farms elsewhere in the world could also become infected. Scientists are worried that the virus could theoretically mix with more dangerous strains. It has previously spread from humans to pigs. However, swine flu remains no more severe than seasonal flu.
Okay, cool. Now, the question stem says scientists are worried that the virus could potentially spread. You have to see the headings in the strategies I taught you. I have said headings are very important. So what you have in the heading? I'm sorry. Heading is swine flu found in birds. So swine flu found in birds. Birds is important here. And maybe as a practice, you can underline whatever is connected with the birds. Do you have any other words connected with birds or the synonymous of birds anywhere in the text?
Poultry farms.
Poultry farms. Okay, poultry is synonymous. Yes. Then you don't see turkeys here. Yes. Then in the question answer options, do you have birds connected?
Chicken and turkey.
Chicken and turkey farms.
Mentioned chicken and turkey.
And as far as we know, if there is heading, side heading, and if the topic sentence speaks about birds and the heading speaks about the birds, answer must be about the birds. Okay, scientists are worried that the virus could potentially spread Scientists here, they are worried about the swine flu found in birds. Nothing else. So what happens? Here, the possibility scientists are worried that the virus could potentially spread from pigs to humans. You have here spread from humans to pigs, right? From humans to pigs, which is opposite of this one, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so that can be eliminated. Two other types of animals. Does the paragraph speak anything about animals?
No.
It should not speak because the heading is
No,
about
no.
birds, right? So it is not
No.
given. Does it speak anything about a place, Valparaiso? No place
No.
mentioned here.
No.
That's also not
No.
given. So what should be the answer? Okay, here you see chicken and turkey, birds, turkeys, poultry. The UN now says the UN is the synonym of scientists here. Okay, scientists. UN means UN cannot speak, right? Scientists in UN now says poultry farms elsewhere in the world could also become affected. Poultry farms elsewhere in the world also become infected. What is this? Do you have any similarity with the answer option? See, chicken and turkey farms, poultry farms, they are synonymous, right? And elsewhere you have in the world could also become infected. Spread is synonymous of,
Infected.
yeah, infected. Spread is synonymous of infected. Okay, cool. So definitely, this is the answer. There is no confusion here because one is opposite, other two are not given. Still, we'll look into what's happening. Just I have highlighted the things for you. See, opposite. Okay, second one, two chicken and turkey farms elsewhere. You should know poultry farms means it includes all the domesticated animals. Yeah, I'm sorry, domesticated birds. So it can be turkey, poultry, or chicken, or anything. So it's synonymous. So you have this as the option. Could potentially spread is an opinion word. Says is an opinion word. Say could also become infected. Poultry farms, opinion word says. See, birds, chicken, and turkey, poultry, all these are synonymous expressions. It is in the subheading, it's in the answer option, it is in the text. So definitely, that tells you what is the answer. Birds, chicken, and poultry, chicken and turkey, poultry. Okay, strategies and tips. Opinion words could says it's an opinion of synonymous language. Chicken and turkey farms, poultry farms could potentially spread, could also become infected. So the question statement says scientists are worried that the virus could potentially spread to chicken and turkey farms elsewhere. The text reads, the UN now says poultry farms elsewhere in the world could also become infected. So they are paraphrasing. If it is clear, we are moving to the next. Listen, okay?
Q8. What does Dr. Labrath recommend should be done with the sick birds? A. They should be processed immediately. B. They should be killed. C. They should be allowed to recover. D. They should be given Tamiflu. Chilean authorities first reported the incident last week. Two poultry farms are affected near the seaport of Valparaiso. Juan Labrath, interim chief veterinary officer of the UN Food and Agriculture Organization FAO, said, once the sick birds have recovered, safe production and processing can continue. They do not pose a threat to the food chain.
So as I said, if there is a name, you have to immediately look into the name and just go to the name in the text. And you also can use some general sense, common sense that you have. For example, it says, what does Dr. Labrath recommend should be done with the sick birds? If someone is sick, some bird is sick, normally what you do? You kill them?
We allow them to recover.
Yeah, that is a normal thing, right? So normally doctors will not tell somebody is sick, so kill them. No, they should be processed immediately. That is, some bird, some chicken is sick, you immediately start cooking it. Do you do that?
No, Father.
No. And they should be given Tamiflu, some flu or whatever. Normally, that cannot be. Even if there is a doubt, they should be allowed to recover. Doctors will definitely say let them recover, or they will do something. Their profession is to make them recover. Okay, that's what we have our general common sense. But here, what he said, now another thing I want to tell you, low growth after the comma, there is something. What is this called?
Subject complement.
Subject complement. Just ignore them. Just ignore them. Don't read so that you don't confuse. Lubroth said immediately after what comes after the next comma, that is said, once the sick birds have recovered, they should be allowed to recover. Let them recover. Then we'll go with other things. Okay, so it is synonymous. Once it should be recovered. Hope you have understood. The answer is straight away there. Go to the name and find out the answer. Okay, now you see name is there. Once the sick birds have recovered, they should be allowed to recover is synonymous expression. Ignore the subject complements, whatever comes between commas, just ignore them so that you can defeat time. Opinion word is there, said. Okay, that's it. Hope that is clear. Now going to a lexical question, very easy. And let's listen to. It's also a listening practice. That's why I follow this method.
Q9. What is the meaning of the spillover effect mentioned in the passage? A. The virus has spread from Chile to Argentina. B. The virus has spread from factory workers to birds. C. Turkey blood has been spilled during the production process. D. Turkeys have become infected by eating spilled contaminated pig food. Chilean authorities have established a temporary quarantine and have decided to allow the infected birds to recover rather than culling them. T is thought the incident represents a spillover from infected farm workers to turkeys. Canada, Argentina and Australia have previously reported spread of the H1N1 swine flu virus from farm workers to pigs.
Okay, now this is a lexical question, because spillover is highlighted. Normally it is highlighted in the text and the question stem. So immediately you have to go to the highlighted portion of the word. Now from there, what is given? What is given soon after the highlighted word is very, very important.
B.
As out. Okay, so what is option?
Option B.
The virus has spread from factory workers to bird. From infected spillover from infected farm workers, factory workers. Synonymous is
Yes,
farm
Father, it's
workers.
B.
Yeah, farm workers. Synonymous. And two birds. Birds.
Turkey.
Synonymous is turkeys.
Turkey.
Turkeys. Yeah. Spillover. So immediately you have the answer soon after the highlighted word. There is also strategies we have learned, and you need not worry about other things when there is a lexical question. And there are so many students, as soon as they start C part, they write 4 lexical questions because it's the easiest ones. Within a couple of seconds, you can complete those 4 and get the score. Okay, hope that is clear. Okay, so what you have to do? So, say strategies and tips, lexical question, word in bold and highlighted, synonymous language spread, infected, factory workers, farm workers, to birds, to turkeys. The virus has spread from the factory workers to birds. The text says, a spillover from infected farm workers to turkeys. Synonymous language. Paraphrasing. Why I am showing you this you have to do when you work out in the initial stages, definitely until you reach a certain stage of competency, you have to work it this way. It's not important that you get the score or the answer, but you have to understand how you got the answer. So we go to the next one. Listen.
Q10. Which possibility is Dr. Labrath most concerned about? A. H5N1 virus spreading to Chile. B. H591 virus spreading to Australia. C. H191 virus spreading to Asia. D. H191 virus spreading to Canada. The emergence of a more dangerous strain of flu remains a theoretical risk. Different strains of virus can mix in a process called genetic reassortment or recombination. So far, there have been no cases of H5N1 bird flu in flocks in Chile. However, Dr. Labrath said, in Southeast Asia there is a lot of the H5N1 virus circulating in poultry. The introduction of H5N1 in these populations would be of greater concern.
Okay, now as I said, if there is a name, Take note of the name and swoop into the place where the name appears in the passage. And if there is abbreviation, be mindful of the abbreviation. Okay, you have two abbreviations here, three. One is H5N1, H591, H191, H191. But in the passage, what do you have among these four? H5
N1.
N1. So mutual is normally understood. If you don't have the other one, this must be the answer, right? These are the tricks I'm telling you. Then later you will understand from the process of your learning process. You will understand now. The confusion you can have here is about South Asia spoken of here, but the previous paragraph. So far, there have been no case of H5N1 bird flu in flocks in Chile. Chile is here, first one. However, the global said in Southeast Asia, there is a lot of the H5N1 virus circulating in poultry. The introduction of H5N1 in these populations would be of greater concern. Which possibility is Dr. Lubroth most concerned about? H5N1 virus spreading to Chile. It is not that, but it may spread, okay, from other places. Is that clear?
Yes.
So once you become competent, you look into the name and the abbreviations. Immediately, you know whatever is given in the abbreviation. If those other abbreviations are not present in the text, definitely you can conclude one which is present is the right one. Then later on, when you visit, have a revisit in the remaining time, you can confirm that answer. To defeat the time, these are the tricks you can use. Do you have still stamina to go on?
Sorry, sir, for disturbing. I couldn't understand this question. How did you remove this Asia after Dr. Lubroth said? Then he's talking about Southeast Asia, right? So how we should choose Chile?
However, there is a question mark. However, I did not explain it because I don't want to confuse it. Because usually you have however here. Okay, not only that, it's first thing. What is it speaking about? H5N1, right? Virus.
Yes, sir.
Does anywhere the passage speak about H191 or H591?
No.
So definitely there is no confusion, because you see here he is saying so far there have been no cases of H5N1 bird flu in flocks.
Acha. C and D opposite, no? Asia and Canada.
Asia and Canada. Now we have selected A. Now the thing is this, listen to me. So far there have been no cases of H5N1 bird flu in flocks in Chile. Okay, this can be pronounced as Chile or Chile. It's a Spanish word. It's an American country name, Chile. Spanish people speak it as Chile, but the British pronunciation is Chile. So, for example, let me read it in a different way. So far, there have been no cases of COVID in Kerala. However, Dr. Vincent said almost in Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, there are a lot of COVID cases circulating. So the concern is COVID spreading to Kerala. So far, there have been no cases of H5N1 bird flu in flocks in Chile so far. But however, the contrast, Dr. Lubroth said in Southeast Asia, there is a lot of the H5N1 virus circulating in poultry. The introduction of H5N1 in these populations would be of greater concern. Did you get it?
Yes, father.
Sorry. Yes. I'm back.
Further, if after the Luber said no, if there is after the context word, the answer will be there. If there is Southeast Asia, there is a lot of the H5N1 is there. If there is a H191 is there, then only option C is the right answer. Right?
Yeah, it cannot be H191 there because see the meaning is no, it will not be there because the meaning will not be complete. No. See, now we are saying so far we don't have COVID cases in Kerala. However, the neighboring states have it a lot. So our concern is Kerala may be affected by COVID. Do you get me?
Yes, Father. Yes, Father.
Okay, so this is language competency, but what I'm telling you, sometimes for OET, you don't require much competency as such. You can there are certain strategies and tricks, and I'm not sure what Edu Skills always respects the copyrights. I'm not sure who this belongs to, which material or whose copyright is here, because nothing is mentioned in the material. So I'm not sure where this material is from. This are sent by students, and these are not taken from same material. Some of the passages that they have sent me with some clarifications, I have taken it up. So that is clear. You have, however, you have a place name. I said names are very important always. You have this word, name is there, contrast word is there. Again, name is there, then opinion word is there, abbreviation is there. All these are tricks and clues that guides you to the answer. Strategies, contrast word, however, opinion word, shared name, Dr. Lubroth, Chile, abbreviation H5N1 and H191. Okay, then we'll take up one comparison and contrast expression question. Okay, listen, okay.
Which one of the following statement is not true? It is not the first time that researchers have issued warnings about alcohol and cancer. Alcohol consumption can cause cancer of the mouth, larynx, pharynx, esophagus, bowel and breast. There is evidence that alcohol consumption causes 22% of breast cancers in Australia. Tobacco and asbestos are less likely to cause cancer than consumption. Professor Ian Oliver, Cancer Council CEO, says the evidence shows that alcohol has a strong association with various cancers. The Cancer Council cites cancers of the mouth, larynx, voice box, pharynx, a section of the throat, esophagus, bowel in men and breast, and the relationship is definitely causative, Oliver says, just as certain as for tobacco or asbestos. In particular, the strength of evidence linking alcohol consumption with 22% of all breast cancers diagnosed each year in Australia really makes it a modifiable risk factor that needs to be taken into account, Oliver says. In addition, it's now probable that alcohol causes bowel cancer in women and liver cancer in both sexes. For health researchers to be confident that drinking alcohol causes cancer, they have to identify causative mechanisms, Oliver explains, which simply means ways that alcohol can trigger cancer. With alcohol, there are several easy ones to identify. As our body breaks down a chemical called ethanol in alcoholic beverages, the process creates a substance called acetaldehyde. This is a known cancer-causing agent that can negatively affect the health of our cells. The ethanol itself may also damage our tissues directly.
Okay, now you cannot, normally you will not get such long passages, I believe, because this huge long passage, because you should have 8 questions, right? So, but however, let's check. Now, this is very important. Not true is one of the tricks that will be played. And even I have made mistakes. Even if you have competency, you will make mistakes in this one. Now, they are asking which one of the following statement is not true. One is not true as per the passage. So something that is opposite of what passage says. Now what you have to do immediately, certain things I have taught you is when you have number and percentage, just be mindful of it. Number and percentage, immediately you can swoop into and find out to eliminate if you want. What is it? There is evidence that alcohol consumption causes 22% of breast cancers in Australia. In particular, the strength of evidence linking alcohol consumption with 22% of all breast cancers diagnosed each year in Australia really makes it a modifiable risk. So this is there, right? It is true according to the passage. So we are eliminating true. True ones we are eliminating. Okay, we are asked. The question is which one of the following statement is not true? So this is clearly given here. So that is we have eliminated. Okay, this one. Now any other one? Now you see when you have certain all these mouth, all these classifications, you can just swoop into there. Where is it? See the mouth clarifications are here. So the Cancer Council cites concerns of the mouth, cancers of the mouth, all those things. Alcohol consumption can cause cancers of the mouth. So you have it here, right? So it is true according to the passage. Now,
Yes, Father.
it is
Yes,
not the
Father.
first time that researchers have issued warnings about alcohol and cancer. Do you have somewhere? Yeah, in addition, it's now probable that alcohol causes bowel cancer in women and all for all the researchers. Confident drinking alcohol causes cancer. They have to identify causative strains, which simply means ways to cancer. With alcohol, there are several easy ones to identify. As our body breaks down a chemical called, the process creates a substance called this is a known cancer. This is a known cancer causing. Known means already known, right? Which means it is not the first time.
It's not the first time.
Okay, that also can be eliminated. Now, this is the struggling way of learning OET. But then in the elimination method, I had taught you one method. What is it?
Grammatically,
Yeah. Whatever is grammatically wrong is the wrong answer. But when they have asked not true, that is the right answer.
Yes.
Okay. This grammatically is not complete. Tobacco and asbestos are less likely to cause cancer than consumption. Consumption what? So this is not complete. Grammatically, it is not correct. So that is the wrong option. But then since the question is which one of the following statement is not true, that is the right answer. And moreover that, this is the opposite of tobacco and asbestos, where you have in the paragraph. See, just as certain as means definite. Then definitely causative, definitely. And here it is, tobacco and asbestos are less likely to cause. Here it says definitely causative. And as certain as, which means sure. This is the opposite of what the passage says. Just see now. Okay, I'll just explain. So you see, whatever I have shaded here, actually you need not read all these things. Now, if you know the elimination strategies, immediately you can go to the right answer without even looking into the passage at all, because that's not grammatically, it's not complete. So normally that is the wrong answer. But then since the question, which one of the following statement is not true, that is the right one. Okay. So you see, less likely, contrast, less likely, answer says less likely, but question says as certain as or definitely. See, less likely, definitely. As certain as versus less likely, which means contrast. So this is not true as per the passage. Passage gives just opposite of it. Comparison and contrast. Less likely is the expression given in answer. As certain as and or definitely, both as certain as and definitely is mentioned in the paragraph. I think that's more than enough for you today. I'll be taxing you too much otherwise. Any queries? Do you want to visit any of the slides?
Father,
Yes, please.
can you please repeat the A option, like how we eliminate? It is not the first time. Like
Which
that.
one? The last one? Yeah,
Last one. In the last one, the A option. Please, Father.
Yeah, it is the first. It is not the first time that researchers have issued warnings about alcohol and cancer. Okay, this is known cancer-causing agent. Known means already known, right? It's not first time.
Okay.
It's already known cancer agent. Even otherwise, you can get this from Professor Ivan Oliver, Cancer Council US says. He says here, Oliver says here. So many people are saying here. So it is not the first time that researchers have issued warnings about alcohol and cancer. Okay, there are so many people who have mentioned in the passage itself, so many people have mentioned. Even otherwise, this is a known cancer agent that can negatively affect the health of our cells. Okay, these beverages, alcoholic beverages, chemical called ethanol in alcoholic beverages. This is known cancer causing agent. Known cancer causing agent means, is it the first time they are speaking about it?
Got it, Father. Yeah.
Got it, yeah. Not only that,
Yeah,
here it is asking, it's not the first time that researchers have issued warnings about alcohol and cancer, even with your general knowledge. Definitely, this is not the first time. Maybe you are reading this now, There are so many things that has happened. Even here, you see our Professor and Oliver and people, there are many people stressing it. Sorry. Is that
Okay, Father. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Now the thing is, this is for the beginners. I am telling you all these analyses and all to gain your competency, improve your competency. Once you have reached competency, if you have gone through my videos on elimination, you know, you read these options, immediately you come to know one is the D one is grammatically incorrect. Grammatically incorrect or incomplete. Definitely that is the answer, because the question says whenever one of the following statement is not true. This is not true. Tobacco and asbestos are less likely to cause cancer than consumption. Than consumption. How can you say than consumption of what? Okay. More than that, this is opposite of what the text says. The relationship is definitely causative, as certain as. Okay. Any other slides you want to visit? No. Okay, cool. Then you can smile.